Christopher Walker, who's the VP at the National Endowment for Democracy. The National Endowment for Democracy is the top CIA cutout in the entire arsenal of U.S. soft power institutions. The National Endowment for Democracy was created at a time when the CIA's name was dirt, right after the Church Committee hearings in 1975 and 1976. The CIA was badly weakened. Jimmy Carter had fired 30% of the operations wing of the CIA. Ronald Reagan's foreign policy staff wanted the CIA to have the fangs back that it had in the 1960s and 70s. But they couldn't pull it off politically. And so they worked with CIA Director Bill Casey to set up a new CIA that would be public-facing. And they called it the National Endowment for Democracy. William Casey, the CIA director in 1982, petitioned the Justice Department and President Reagan, saying it has become discrediting when dissident groups that we back around the world are outed as being on the CIA's payroll. And so we would like to set up a National Endowment for Democracy promotion, because it would be terrible if it looked like it came from the CIA. This will be a nominally firewalled off private institution funded by the U.S. government that will do the funding of the dissident groups to promote the same activity that the CIA used to do. But there will be this firewall. It won't be called an intelligence service. It will just be a private independent entity, and it will do the work that the CIA used to do without the CIA's hands being dirty. In the initial debate over the National Endowment for Democracy, the Senate committee, who ultimately was negotiating for it, said, well, there has to be a firewall between the CIA and the National Endowment for Democracy. And Bill Casey pushed back on that and said, well, there should be a public firewall, but there can't be a total firewall because there are CIA cutout. But what will make sure is that the Senate Intelligence Committee has approval for the coordinating relationship between the CIA and the NED. And what you find is that if you want to be on the Senate Intelligence Committee, you are on the board of the National Endowment for Democracy or one of its subsidiaries, such as the NDI for Democrats and the IRI for Republicans. But make no mistake, the National Endowment for Democracy was created by the CIA. Both of its founders said that it was set up to do what the CIA wanted to do, but no longer had the political capital to be able to pull off. Everywhere the CIA operates, the NED operates, funding the groups that the CIA uses as assets and giving them orchestrated direction. There is no dividing line between the NED and the CIA. The NED is the CIA. Point blank, period. So when you see social media is transforming the world in a much faster way than anyone could predict, traditional media is being challenged by internet news sources and social networks. The problem is people are relying on unfiltered alternative media. Populist messaging is spreading like a virus across the internet. That message is coming from the guy who was the architect of the Disinformation Governance Board and the Central Intelligence Agency.